Hello and welcome to the Chesapeake Public Schools College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution, but will be around for the entire session to answer any questions you may have. My name is Jenny and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Chesapeake. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, Eckerd College.
Hi, everybody. My name is Philippa Roberts. I'm one of the admission counselors, assistant director of admission at Eckerd. We are a small private liberal arts and science institution located in St. Petersburg, Florida, so just south of Tampa, and we have around 2,000 students on our campus. For the purpose of this presentation, I'm going to go through some of the unique aspects of our campus since we only have 6 minutes. So first of which is the geographic reach of our students on campus. So we are 80% out of state, or the average distance that our student travels is over 1,000 miles. So students are definitely looking to go further away from home. A lot of times they might even be the only student coming in from their high school. It's also important to understand our academic calendar. So we have a 4-1-4 calendar. This is where students take 4 classes in the fall, 4 in the spring, and then we have a short-term requirement where students take 1 course over 3 weeks. Our sophomores through seniors complete this with our winter term. However, for our first year students, they complete it with autumn term. So they are arriving to campus 3 weeks before the fall semester starts. This is a time where they can really adjust to our campus life. They're the only ones on campus. They don't have any upperclassmen, and they take a class during this time. So they're in class Monday through Friday, 9 to 12, really learning the differences of a college class versus a high school class, what different expectations there are, and being able to do that with just 1 course instead of a full academic course load. And then in the afternoon, they do orientation type activities, but going into a lot more depth than you would find in your typical 2-day orientation. Really getting to meet with every single department and learning what resources are available to them as a student. We have over 40 different majors available at Eckerd. You can see the whole list here. Truly, as a liberal arts and sciences institution, a wide variety in different academic disciplines. Our top programs are our marine science, we're one of the top in the country, our animal studies, our environmental studies, our business, and our creative writing. But truly a little bit of everything for students to get involved with. Some unique parts of our academic life, 2 of which you can see in this photo. One, you'll see the beach in the background. We do have our own private beach on campus. Wi-Fi extends out there so students can do their homework at the beach. They've got bonfires down there, so they can definitely make use of that. And then you'll also notice the dog. We are the pet friendliest college in America. So students can bring their pets to campus. We've got dogs, cats, birds, snakes, hedgehogs, a wide variety. Very integrated into our student life and traditions. So much so they even get their own graduation ceremony, my favorite time of year. And then here for our waterfront, we have 3 components to it. One being academic. Students within our marine science and environmental studies programs get to take boats out, go out into the bay, collect samples, be back in their labs all in 1 class period due to our location. Second is recreational. As a student for free, you have access to take out kayaks, paddleboards, canoes, sign up to go water skiing, wakeboarding, sailing lessons, a wide variety of water sport activities, all for free as a student. And third is service. We have an organization called Eckerd College Search and Rescue. We are the only collegiate organization in the country that works with the Coast Guard. So our students are fully trained to respond to emergency calls out in the bay. Now for the fun stuff of applications. We are all in a common app as well as having our own application. We have no preference either way, whichever is easiest for you. And then for the application, we require your official high school transcript. Our average GPA is about a 3.6 unweighted. And then test scores, which are optional through this year. We are finishing up a pilot program. We have not got a determination yet for next year. So for any juniors or sophomores on here, we are hoping to get that decision soon. If while we're still test optional, it is completely up to you if you want to submit test scores. Our average SAT is about 26 and SAT 1200, ACT 26. And then 1 letter of recommendation from an academic source. We have 2 timelines to apply. Early action, which you get all your materials in by November 15th. You're guaranteed a decision in the mail by December 15th. After that, we go into rolling admission. So within 3 to 4 weeks of the application being complete, you'll receive a decision in the mail. We also, for scholarships, any student who applies automatically considered for our merit-based scholarship, and that ranges from $12,000 to $22,000. And then we have some additional scholarships students can apply to. We have a research-based one, an arts one, where if you're interested in theater, music, creative writing, visual arts, or film, and a diversity leadership scholarship that admitted students can all apply to. And then we like to round out the presentation with this quote from the Colleges That Change Lives book. We are one of the 40 schools selected in this book. Some great schools in there, so a really great resource for college search process. But Eckerd College might seem like the perfect spot for an easy college career. 4 years marked by sun, surf, and sand. But if you're looking for a vacation, you should enroll elsewhere. Definitely spoke about our beach and the waterfront in this presentation, and it is a large part of our students' lives. They find that balance, but academics are just as crucial. So we want to make sure we don't set any students up for failure when choosing to apply to Eckerd. Thank you very much for listening. I will drop my contact information in the chat box so that if you guys have any further questions about Eckerd, you can feel free to reach out.
Thank you so much. And a great reminder to use that Q&A function on your screen if you do have questions for any of our institutions here at any time during these presentations. Up next, we have University of Delaware.
All right, thank you so much. So my name is Casey Paget, and I am the Regional Admissions Assistant Director for the DMV area at University of Delaware. So thanks so much for coming tonight. So this is a picture of the main part of campus of our Delaware. We're actually located in Newark, so it's the tippy top of the state. We definitely have a very like traditional college feel to our campus. As you can see, we have this beautiful brick building with columns in front of us. We actually were founded in 1743, so we've been around for quite some time. This right here is just kind of like a picture of where we're located exactly. So we're about 4 hours from the Virginia Beach, Chesapeake area. We're an hour from Baltimore, an hour from Philadelphia, 20 minutes south of Wilmington, Delaware, which is the capital of the state. And my favorite part about our location is that we're an hour and 10 minutes on the beaches of Delaware. So if you've heard of Bethany Beach, Delaware, Rehoboth Beach, all of that is right there. And we're about 2 hours away from Washington, D.C. We actually have our very own Amtrak station on campus, so you can take the train up to the city for the day and back if you want to. A lot of our students love doing that. New York City is only about 2.5 hours away from us, and this actually is a great thing for future internships and future job interviews and things like that, because it's so accessible to talk to those recruiters, and a lot of them do come down to recruit UD students. Here is a list of all of our colleges and schools at UD. So we are most known for business, engineering, arts and sciences, and nursing. We're ranked number 2 in the US for chemical engineering, and we also are number 1 in the US for our Doctor of Physical Therapy. We do have a agriculture school, and my favorite part about it is that we have a 350-acre farm where our students will actually tend the livestock, and we will milk our own cows and make our own ice cream and our own cheese. And it's called U Dairy. It's delicious. So you got to make sure you check it out if you come to campus. And we also have a popular program within the Oceanography and Marine Science School. And we have a satellite campus in Lewis, Delaware, which is the beaches of Delaware. And you can stay there and collect some data. And we really do believe in getting hands-on experiences, no matter what your major is at Delaware. We do have tons of different ways to challenge yourself, including our honors college. So if you're somebody who wants to challenge yourself in college, definitely make sure you apply to the honors college. It's a great way to make a large school feel a lot smaller. We have about 17,000 students at Delaware, and our honors college has about 2,000 students. So it really does kind of make that feel more like a homey feel, since you only have about 15 people per class in the honors college. If you're somebody who wants to study abroad one day, this is a great fit for you. So we actually were the very first school to ever create, and we founded Study Abroad. We founded it in 1922. And so we are super excited for how long we've been around. A lot of our students can go for a year if you want to, a summer, a semester, and this program in particular called World Scholars. You can actually start studying abroad your very first semester freshman year. So you really can hit the ground running. In order to to apply for this, you just submit your application to Delaware, and then from there, you can apply to the World Scholars Program separately. It's an interview process and pretty competitive in the April timeframe before you come to campus. Here are some photos I wanted to include of our campus life. So we are a very lively, active campus. We have over 400 clubs and organizations. Our students are very involved. About 25% of our students decide to do Greek life. So we say it definitely has a presence, but not a pressure. And it's a great way to meet new people. And we also are Division I for athletics. So definitely lots of fun tailgates for football games on Saturdays and tons of school spirit throughout the year. Here is our application process. So we're on the Common App or Coalition app. We are test optional for this year. For you seniors, for you juniors and sophomores on the call, we'll make the decision this summer. So hang tight for that. We're going to require a school counselor letter, and then as well as the self-reported academic record, which is the SRIR form, and that is a required portion, a part of the application. Here is a timeline to apply. So our early action deadline was on November 1st. So if you happen to apply by then, that's great. You'll find out around the mid-January timeframe. And then the last time to apply to UD is our regular decision, and that is on January 15th. And you'll find out around the mid-March timeframe. So that is all I have for you today. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll go ahead and type in my email address in the chat box if you have any further questions. So thanks so much, and go Blue Hens.
Thank you very much. Appreciate getting to know more about the University of Delaware. Up next, we have Southern Virginia University. I think you're still muted. Southern Virginia University.
Sorry, I thought I unmuted myself. Hello, Wasam. I am the admissions counselor for the Virginia region at Southern Virginia University. I'm here kind of to explain tonight why students are choosing us for their education and why we think you should too. So we are currently one of the fastest growing schools anywhere. In fact, over the past decade, we have almost doubled our enrollment. The reason that we found so much success has been through our mission, which is to gather, lift, and launch all students on campus. The first part of that mission is to help gather. Most students travel on average about 300 miles or less to go to school. For most of you, you're going to be following that national trend and going to be choosing something close to home. But maybe you want to experience the opportunity to, have the experience and meet other people from across the nation. Here at Southern Virginia University, we can help make that possible for you. Our students on average are traveling about 1,300 miles away from home to come to our campus. It gives you the unique opportunity as a Virginia student to get to make friendships with people across the country while still getting to stay relatively close to home. Something that sets us apart from other colleges is that we are affiliated with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. In fact, 9 out of 10 students on campus are a part of that religion, and 1 in 3 have served humanitarian missions. Now, this is not to say that we are exclusive solely to members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We encourage all who are willing to learn and live by our code of conduct to come join us on campus. Our code of conduct is to be a faithful, honest, kind student, something that I think everyone should live by. To arrive on campus, our mission is to help all students lift in their academic endeavors. So as you begin your research, you'll notice that there are 2 different types of universities available to you, teaching and research. We are kind of a part of that first grouping. We are a teaching university here at Southern Virginia. So what that means is that our professors are focused solely on teaching you and making sure that you as the student comes before the subject. So that means that when you enter their classroom, That professor is there to teach you. You will be learning from a professor with a PhD and a classroom size of approximately 16 students on average. Your success is also highly important to us and essential at SVU. That is why we have programs set up for performance-driven living, both inside and outside of the classroom. 90% of our students are involved in at least one major extracurricular activity on campus, whether that is athletics, music, art, theater, our students are involved. And the results show we are recently, according to the College Learning Assessment, a part of the top 7% of all US colleges for academic improvement from freshman to senior year for our students. Another thing that kind of continues with that success, and another unique distinguishment here at Southern Virginia University, is that we have partnered with Apple in order to bring students on campus a new iPad upon their arrival, as well as outfitting all of our classrooms to kind of have an Apple TV for your professor to connect with you. We believe that this is essential in that part of the plan of bringing student success both inside and outside of the classroom. Our application has been so successful that we are actually one of 45 universities in the nation to become an Apple Distinguished School. And kind of the last most important part to us here at Southern Virginia is to help launch all of our students into successful careers and graduate programs. We have a 90% placement rate when it comes to job opportunities upon graduation. Right here are a couple of companies that our students have gone on to work for. We also have a huge placement rate when it comes to graduate programs in the nation. We have a 97% placement rate when it comes to medical school, a 93% placement rate when it comes to law school, and a 90% placement rate when it comes to business schools. These are a few of the universities that our students have gone on to attend once leaving our campus. Now, this is just a quick little insight into all that Southern Virginia University has to offer in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. I'm going to put in the chat below our website, which is going to be svu.edu, along with my information that you can contact. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And a quick reminder that you can use that Q&A button to ask questions of our schools here at any time during these presentations. Next, we have Hollins University.
Hi, I am Saoirse from Hollins University. We are located in Roanoke, Virginia. So founded in 1842, Hollins is the oldest women's college in Virginia and home to around 800 students. Hollins students are encouraged to explore their own unique interests through the liberal arts and the 29 different majors we offer. With an average class size of 12, our students are supported through close relationships with professors and advisors. And in addition to academics, our Division III athlete programs compete in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference. If you're an athlete, you can learn more about our teams and recruiting process on our website. And so despite our small size, we value being a diverse community where all identities and perspectives are welcomed and celebrated. About a third of our students identify as students of color and/or Hispanic or Latinx. And our community embraces students for who they are, and we strive to make Hollins feel like a home for everyone. Students at Hollins have the opportunity to join one of almost 30 clubs and student-run organizations. Participating in clubs and organizations help students find a community of others who share their interests or identities. It also gives them access to leadership roles and experiences as they host various activities and events. If students don't see a club that represents their interests, they are encouraged to create their own club by gathering members and proposing their new club ideas at our student government's weekly Senate meetings. Our student government is a really important part of Hollins' life. Our SGA's mission is to advocate for the student body and improve the community through active participation and leadership. All of our students are members of SGA. With more than 80 elected positions, anyone can be an active leader or on campus. SGA welcomes students with various interests, talents, and goals to become new leaders on the executive, judicial, and event planning boards. SGA's weekly Senate meetings help strengthen our community by bringing together student government leaders, any and all students, and sometimes faculty and staff to review events, make announcements, and discuss student concerns. In addition to in-class academic support, we really encourage students to take their learning beyond the classroom. Our Rutherford Center for Experiential Learning ensures that students have access to hands-on learning through study abroad, individual research, internships, leadership positions, and community engagement. 91% of Hollins students take advantage of these opportunities, and access to these programs is guaranteed for every student interested. So here are just a few ways that Hollins stands out among other colleges and universities nationwide. While it is hard to define a typical Hollins student, I think their passion for our community and involvement in and outside of campus is something that really binds us all together. So if Hollins sounds like a good fit for you, here is a bit about our application process. You can apply through Common App or use our application located on our website, hollins.edu. Either way, it is free to apply. We also require a high school transcript and a secondary school report or letter of recommendation. Test scores are optional, and we genuinely mean test optional. You will be considered for admission and scholarships whether or not you choose to submit your test scores. To give you an idea of where our admitted students fall, this past year's incoming class had an average GPA of 3.8 and an average SAT and ACT score of 1190 and 25. Please remember, this is just an average, and our review approach is very holistic. We put a lot of consideration into things like your essay, extracurricular letters of recommendation, even demonstrated interest. So we strive to get to know a student personally through our review process. And after you submit required materials, you will receive a decision in 2 weeks. Hollins is committed to making our high-quality liberal arts education affordable and accessible. This commitment includes a scholarship guarantee of at least $24,000 per year for all admitted students. You'll also see our average aid award this past year falls just under $37,000. If you want to learn more about Hollins, we'd love to see you at any of our upcoming virtual events. We're hosting things like student panels, workshops, and information sessions on various topics. You can check our website to sign up. I hope you found this information helpful in learning more about Hollins, and we'd love to welcome you to campus for a visit. You can sign up on our website listed for a visit and a tour. Visiting earns a student a visit grant of up to $1,000 towards their financial aid package. Please feel free to reach out through any of the ways shown on screen to learn more. I will also put my contact info in the chat, and thank you so much for your time.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Up next, we have Texas A&M University.
All right. Howdy, everybody. My name is Katie Clark, and I work in the undergraduate recruitment office all the way down here in College Station, Texas. So I'm here to tell you a little bit more about our great university. If you don't know, we are located in Bryan College Station, which is inside the big 3 cities in Texas, which is Houston, Dallas, and Austin. We're kind of right in the middle of that triangle. Makes it really easy to travel to and from this great university. So we are one of the largest universities in the country with over 73,000 students, with nearly 54,000 of those students being undergrad students here on our College Station campus. So just a little bit of highlights about our university. Being a large university brings in a lot of great national recognition. One of those things is that this year we became actually a Hispanic Serving Institute, which we're really proud of. Over 2,300 of our current freshmen are first generation students, and we're currently in the top 9 nationwide for number of national merit scholars enrolled at A&M. Our current freshman class is made up of students from about 46 different states and 40 countries across the globe. And we offer a lot of great opportunities for education abroad, being one of the top universities to send the most students to study abroad outside the US. Even though we're a large university, we still keep a small student to professor ratio. Of course, that means you'll still have some large freshman courses here, but we have amazing faculty support, and bring in experts from across the fields everywhere across the U.S. to teach our students. We are Land, Sea, and Space Grant University, so that's a distinguishment that brings in a lot of research and fundamental opportunities for our students to get those hand-on learnings. As you can see, we've got lots of programs to choose from, over 180 different undergraduate programs that you can find your passion that you want to pursue in your major here at Texas A&M. So lots to choose from. One of our pillars, our core values, is leadership. And so we want to provide opportunities to grow as a leader while being here on our campus. And there's different opportunities that we offer doing that through student government, through leading our students, some student organizations that we have, one of those being Big Event, which is the largest one-day community service-based project. We do that in the spring, and it is all completely student run, where we have over 25,000 students that participate on one day to go out in the community and give back to the cities that house all these great college students. So it's our opportunity to give back to the community and do service work around. But those are all areas where students can grow in those leadership and be able to get those experiences that have long-term effects leading into that. Corps of Cadets is a special and unique opportunity here at Texas A&M. It's actually one of our most historic student organizations here. This ROTC organization allows students to follow a service and leadership track, or an opportunity to become a commissioned officer in all 6 branches of the military. So you do not have to commit to commission to the military. You can go through this ROTC program with a leadership certificate and still get those components of that military structure. And the Corps also provides really excellent scholarship opportunities for Texas and out-of-state students. They have a really significant opportunity for our out-of-state students to help cover the difference between in-state and out-of-state tuition costs. Getting involved. So one opportunity to make this large school feel smaller for you is by getting involved in a student organization and finding a community here on campus. And we offer a lot of opportunities to do that. So we have over 1,100 different student organizations to choose from. So you can certainly find something that you're passionate about, not only on the academic side of an organization, but also just a hobby or interest, or something that you want to develop and get fine-tune your skills in, like those leadership skills or those service-based organizations. So we have a lot of different opportunities to get engaged. Even within living on campus, we have our living learning community. So you can find a smaller community to live with that have those unique interests for you in our dorms, as well as fun opportunities with intramurals, student rec opportunities to keep up maybe some sports that you played in high school that you want to continue, or just have fun and get out there and play with a group of friends that you have to make a team with. So we offer all those opportunities here for you. Other things on campus are a lot of different resources that we offer. So we want to make sure our students are supported, especially those coming from out of state, to make sure that being so far away from home, that you still have opportunity to access a lot of different areas on campus to be successful. You'll also find really fantastic career opportunities. We have over 500,000 former students. So we like to say Aggies hire Aggies. So you'll definitely have great, unique opportunities for internships and job placement once you graduate from Texas A&M. At the end of my time, but brief admissions is we have the Common App and Apply Texas. So we hope that you'll be able to submit that application and get that into us. Our deadline is December 1st. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And last but not least, we have Purdue University. So if you have any more questions, get those into the Q&A. All right, take it away, Purdue.
Awesome. Boiler up, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Tiffany Carter, and I'm the Assistant Director in the Office of Admissions, and I'm also the Washington, D.C. Regional Rep. So again, I appreciate your time. So let's talk a little bit about Purdue. So Purdue is located in West Lafayette, Indiana. So you can see that's kind of nestled in between Indianapolis and Chicago. Those are the 2 closest major cities to campus. But Purdue is really close to some really great cities within probably a 5-hour time frame. So I'm talking Detroit, Ann Arbor, Cleveland, Cincinnati, St. Louis. So I always like to tell students, when you're a student at Purdue, you're definitely a student of the Midwest. You can explore that part of the country pretty easy. And if you're wondering what West Lafayette is like, it's definitely a traditional college town with a lot of Midwestern flair to it. So a great mix of restaurants and coffee shops and bookstores that are at our students' disposal. And from some of the pictures, you can see that we really do a lot of festivals on campus, as well as concerts and things like that. All right, so here's a snapshot of Purdue by the numbers. So you can see we are on the larger side. So we have over 37,000 undergraduate students, and we're about 50,000 strong with our grad population. Purdue is definitely a global university. A majority of our students are from Indiana, but we do have students from all 50 states and then over 130 countries. Usually from the DMV area, we have about 250 to maybe 300 students with us. So if you decide to call Purdue home, you'll definitely be in great company. All right, and success is in our DNA at Purdue, and there's a lot of ways that you can discover what that looks like for yourself. So I do want to highlight a few here. So in terms of research, Purdue is a Tier 1 or R1 school. So that just really means we have a huge endowment fund that allows our faculty members and our students these opportunities. So we usually have about 2,000 projects each year that our students can participate. And these opportunities are open to all of our students, including first-year students. I do want to highlight our entrepreneurship and innovation certificate. It's definitely not just for the business-minded students, although we do have a lot of students who have that passion, who are geared toward it, but it's a great certificate for anyone because it really stresses and helps students develop those soft skills. So your communication, teamwork, collaboration skills, which are really vital to any industry that you decide to go into. And then we have our John Martinson Honors College, currently ranked top 20 in the country. And what makes our program unique is that it's flexible. So it does offer students the best access to students across campus. So you get that collaborative feel to it. But in terms of the curriculum, it is flexible. So we don't have a strict curriculum of what courses you have to take. Rather, we just say you have to take 24 credit hours at the honors level, and we give you the discretion to choose what is going to work best for you. And then I just want to highlight our Degree Plus and Degree in 3 program. These are initiatives that were created by our College of Liberal Arts. Degree in 3 are select programs on campus outside of just the College of Liberal Arts, but also in our Polytech and Health and Human Sciences colleges, where students can wrap those programs up in 3 years. A great way to save time and money and gain a competitive advantage by entering into your industry a year early. And then Degree Plus is really great for our STEM students who want to balance their degree with a second degree from the College of Liberal Arts. And students can traditionally still wrap up both of those degree requirements in the traditional 4-year time frame. All right, so let's talk about study abroad. So Purdue does study abroad really well. We visit over 30 different countries, and students can study abroad in over 450 different ways. So for as short as a week up to a year long, we have a partnership with at least one university in every country that we visit to allow students to continue taking those classes and bring that credit back with them. And of course, your giant leap after your undergrad degree really plays into your decision on where you're going to call home for the next 4 years. So I will say that Purdue has an awesome Center for Career Opportunities, and our folks there can help you from everything with your resume to your cover letter, interview skills, and they can help you make those inquiries for an internship and co-op. And then of course, when the time comes, applying for jobs. Also want to highlight our career closet. I think it's pretty neat. We know a lot of students, when you're packing for college, you're not necessarily thinking to pack professional attire. So we do have a fully dedicated career closet with all of those accessories and clothes just to have at our students' disposal if they need it, so they feel great and prepared for their interviews. And I just want to highlight these services as well. Where you go to school is just as important as how you go to school. So the idea that you are staying on top of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. And so these are some of the ways that Purdue supports our students in these areas. So I do want to highlight CAPS because I think what they offer is really amazing. So they do individual and group therapy sessions, and then they do offer any additional resources or referrals for students if they need additional support outside of the Purdue community. All right, so let's just talk about living on campus. So we do have 17 residence halls, and we have learning communities on campus as well. We do not require any students to live on campus, but of course we encourage it. And we usually see about 95% of our students choosing to live on campus for their first year. And then you can see that we can house up to 14,000 students. All right, so let me just jump ahead to the very last slide so we can quickly talk about applying for my seniors on here. So you can see some of the applicable deadlines that we have, and you can see our colleges and schools as well. So if you leave here with something today, please leave knowing that Purdue has over 200 majors on campus. So something for everyone. All right, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you to all of our schools here today. We have a little bit of time left for some Q&A, so I'll invite everyone back on screen at this time. And we'll get started with our first question for the evening, which is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So you can share your nuggets of wisdom with everyone. So we'll go in the same order, starting with Eckerd College.
Awesome. I think definitely always try and visit the campus. I think getting a feel of being on campus makes a big difference, but also really knowing, understanding, and claiming that this is your own process. So really do that research yourself, figure out what is important to you. And while it's great to listen to your parents and your friends and knowing what they want to input, that it's ultimately your decision, and what is important to you is really important to you. So don't try to be influenced by others around you, and really go with your heart on that process.
I would say it would be wise to create a Google Sheet or Excel sheet to keep track of all of your colleges that you're applying to, all the separate deadlines they each have, whether it's scholarship deadlines, application, what types, so early action versus regular versus rolling. And then, of course, kind of rank, what you prefer as far as location goes. And it's just a great way to make sure everything's organized because this process can be very overwhelming. And I definitely would not apply to more than 10 schools on that sheet. So try to narrow it down. You don't want to add more stress to your life than it needs to be. So, and of course, have fun in the process as well.
I would say just be yourself. We are interested as an individual just as much as we are interested in your academics. Your academics is just half the story. So show who you are, be yourself, and enjoy the process.
Yeah, I'd say visiting is a big thing. You wouldn't buy a house without touring it. But I'd also say use your admissions counselor. That's why we're here. We're on your side. We're trying to make the process easy for you too. So if you have questions or you need help, we're that resource. So please, reach out to your admissions counselors.
I would encourage you in the college search process to really explore majors. I think that there's a lot of unique majors that are outside kind of the general ones you typically hear about. So dive further into what universities, what types of majors they offer, and really explore them. On our webpage, we have a really great tool to look at in that lists all the majors. And then within those majors, you can see marketable skills, the types of careers and jobs that this specific major might hire, average salaries. There's just some, I think, unique opportunities that you could be really passionate about that you could branch out to and hear and learn about kind of more explore majors that maybe aren't as prominent that you might know about, that could really be that niche that you are passionate about.
Awesome. So my colleagues have given some really great advice here, but I think I'm going to piggyback off of a few. So definitely encourage you to visit and create an organization system that works best for you, and to utilize that on your visits. So it's very helpful if after your visit, if you can take some time and jot down some notes, what you liked about the university, what maybe you didn't like. So that's going to come in hand as you're actually narrowing down your list. And you can really do a school by school comparison if you make sure to create those notes shortly after your visit while those things are fresh on your mind.
That is all fantastic advice. Thank you so much for sharing. I always love to hear the answers to these questions because, you know, they vary so much, but they also really get to the heart of the process and to utilize all of you here on screen, because that's really, you know, such an important thing. And the reason why you're here tonight too, to share all this knowledge with us and have students reach out to you. So if there are questions that we don't get to tonight, please feel free, I just want to say in advance, to reach out to these wonderful admissions counselors on your screen, and they can answer those questions as well. Our next question that we have is, what is one thing you want students to remember about your school? So you get another chance to, you know, plug something in right before we end, what you want students to go away remembering. So we'll go in that same order.
Definitely being a small school where you don't have to pigeonhole your passions, you can truly explore multiple different majors and get a lot of one-on-one time with your professors for hands-on learning and research opportunities.
We are certainly the best of both worlds, and the fact that we have student-faculty ratio of 12:1, but also offer on-campus living for all students, all 4 years, and then tons of research opportunities as well.
I would say that we are invested in you at Southern Virginia University. Your professors are there to help you reach your potential. Your support staff is there to make sure that you also reach the end goal.
I would say our size, our average class size is 12, student to faculty ratio 9:1. So you really get that one-on-one attention, and all students admitted are guaranteed a minimum of $24,000 a year. So we try to make it affordable.
I would say to remember two things, just one being the culture of A&M. We've got a great culture built on tradition and Aggie family. So it's very family based here, and not to let the size intimidate you. I think that one thing you can remember is that you can make a large university feel a lot smaller by getting into smaller communities here on campus, but still having all the resources that a large university like Texas A&M provides for students.
So for Purdue, I would definitely say that student-centered learning is definitely at the heart of everything that we do. So we recently kind of restructured a lot of our classes and we named them impact courses. And there's a lot of detail that goes into them just to make sure our students have more of those collaborative, engaging environments. And the details are even down to the type of furniture that we use in those classes. So you'll notice in those impact courses, everything is on wheels. So the table, the chairs and everything, because it's supposed to encourage movement and dialogue.
Fantastic. Thank you all so much. I believe that's the time that we have for questions today. So I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you to all of our participants. If you have questions still about different programs or services that these schools offer, athletics, please reach out to the admissions counselors on your screen. They've all put their information in the chat. They would love to connect with you and give you more information about their institutions. So I wanted to say thank you for being here this evening. We really appreciate you taking out the time to be with us tonight. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. So we'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. We encourage you to check back to this schedule and sign up for more sessions that are happening right after this one. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Chesapeake. Thank you very much and best of luck in your college search process. Have a great evening.